I want to share something with you guys that I wrote today that is this morning, 6 a.m. during my coffee. And it was a time to reflect. I like my Fridays to be a time of reflection for myself as a dad, as a husband, as a son, as a business partner, or otherwise, a worker, regardless, just to sit down and see where I stand in general. So essentially, what I wanted to talk about was promise. So, respect as well. So, what is a promise? What should a promise mean? What should it mean? What does respect mean? What should it mean? So, as I mentioned, Friday, for me particularly, it's a day that I will be sitting and reflecting on how can I be better in my approach to all things considered life as we know it. And so for me, a Friday is a time to sit down and think about all of that. Essentially, the first thing up to discuss is promise. A promise and respect. These are two things that are completely free in life. They're completely free. But in 2025 seems to be very, very difficult to attain, to find, essentially. And people are under this delusion that the dollar is everything in life, okay? Especially here in the West. And you can see that from just the way that people carry themselves, the fact that they fall short when it comes to promises they made or that they said they would do something and in the end they just at the end of the day didn't. If I promise my son that I will buy him a cookie, for example, at the gas station before I get home from wherever, if I have to buy that cookie at a gas station that's 20 kilometers from home, I will stop there and I will buy the package of cookies. It doesn't matter what it costs me. The price isn't the principle. The important thing is the principle that I kept my promise to my son. The same applies if I make a promise to my wife, my dad, my brother, my friend, my neighbor, my next door neighbor, or work colleague. I will not change my attitude because it fits my internal narrative, or I will not look at this person from above, considering that my time is more important to me than the promise that I had made to them. And out of principle, out of honor, out of culture, I want to have a house in every single village that I go to. This doesn't mean that I go and buy a house in every single village. It means that the door is to be open for me for the sake of my children, my wife, my dad, my brother, etc., and myself. So a promise is a very important thing in life. I do not make promises that I cannot keep. Also, out of principle, if I am the one that's promised something from someone, I expect it to be kept. Not that I am a king, not that I am just a very important person. I am an ordinary person. But because of principle, I expect the promise to be fulfilled. Principle. Next is respect. Here's an example. If I give you my hand, stand up straight and look you in the eyes and shake your hand, and you take my hand like a little child and turn your head away from me, and as if it just out of some necessity you are just shaking my hand, that's disrespect for me. And it's all clear to me why I'm there in that moment, why I was invited in that moment, and in essence, what is going on in that moment. I'm not stupid, I get it, and out of principle, out of culture, out of respect, I look you in the eyes and I shake hands with you as a man and as a friend, a colleague, or business partner, but all out of respect. So in summary, Keep your promises. Spread respect. Don't let Western mentality extinguish your true internal soul. Don't let your grandfather's, grandmother's, mom's, or dad's teachings of a good upbringing for the sake of a dollar. When you go to the next world, you will go in your religious attire, some clothed, some not. And you don't take your account, you don't take your shares, you don't take any of that with you. You do not take your tie or suit, in essence, business suit, with you. You only take a little, the little that you came to this planet with. So, promise and respect. Two things that are completely free, but seem to be very expensive for some people. And I know that this channel is about logistics, trucking, business, either independent business or otherwise conglomerate business with larger companies, dealings with human beings and other people. But it's important that these little messages are shared. So out of principle for your customers, that you can also show this type of respect and promise. And in essence, you should be demanding this back. This is the only way to build a qualified and properly competitive society in today's day and age. Yes, it's difficult sometimes to feel like you're standing on an island alone. It's difficult when you feel that ethics and morality in the way you approach life is not being fulfilled from the other end of the table. It feels this way when you're also going after customers that are non-responsive, that are not willing to give you the light of day to even discuss about the services that you're offering. But stay true to your principle. Stay true to your culture. Stay true to the upbringing that was given to you during your early years of life. And now that you're a grown adult, try to practice it in the best way that you possibly can. It's very difficult sometimes, I get it, but I find that this is something that we have to build a foundation of strength on. Otherwise, at the end of the day, when you're 60, 70, 80 years old, you look yourself in the mirror, knowing that you've done the right thing in a very, very complex world goes a long way. And that's my message for you guys today. If you enjoyed or feel like this is worth a share, please share it with people that you know of all walks of life. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on promises and respect are/is, and we shall have a discussion. Thank you very much. Cheers.